Hello, everybody. My name's Ardendris, and welcome back to Tensura Reincarnated, or Tensura Roguelited. Have I said Tensura Reincarnated every episode of this series? Have I done that? That's not the name of the series. Have I done that? Okay. I guess it's not incorrect, because the mod is Tensura Reincarnated, but that's not the name of the series. Wow, I'm a goofball. I think I've done that every episode. And this is the last one. It took me until the last episode to realize I've been doing that. Oh my. Wait, how, maybe not, maybe I didn't do that every episode. Maybe it was only some episodes. I'm not sure. I know for a fact I've done that on some though. Anyways, I'm recording this late at night, before... Once again, we're doing the whole nighttime testing world, and then we're going to be doing the rest of today. Or I guess it will be tomorrow for me. But we'll be doing it back in the real world. I'm going to be going in and setting that back to its legitimate points, going back to... What race did we do hero as? Why can I not remember right now? What race did we just do true hero as? I have to go back and look because I cannot remember. Anyways, I'm going to go back. We're going to set that up properly like it's supposed to be. And all that good stuff. We're going to test out Azathoth and the 2 dragon skills. And then that will be it. For now, apparently, because I just found out that there's an add-on mod about to come out made by, like, the actual people behind the main mod. And it's going to be adding in extra bosses. So apparently this series is not ending per se, but it's going on hiatus until that add-on comes out. Because oh boy, I saw one of the videos that they put out about what's going to be in, and it looks pretty exciting. Anyways, I'm just in the test world. Last time we were testing out the Lesser Dragons race, which is pretty cool. The game did not want to load that. Also, the music is sounding pretty loud right now. This is pretty cool. You start as a Lesser Dragon, you go medium or ground. Everything but ground dragons can fly, which is pretty good, but it's like the Elytra flying, so it's not amazing, but it is there. Anyways, all of this is cool. You can either go for a zombie death dragon route and get some cool darkness stuff guaranteed, or basically you go the medium arch dragon route and then you get a random subspecies of one of these. And from there, you can evolve again and either upgrade your subspecies or get another elemental one. And then you go for Dragon Lord, and then you go for True Dragon. That's all pretty cool. But the main bulk of last time went to testing out the angels, because we had 2 different types of angels to go over. Pay no attention to the broken mess that is our dragon there from the thumbnail. Anyways, yeah, the angels. We had to go over both the angels add-on and the Annie's angels. And we sort of were not super scientifically sound with our testing to see which one was stronger. But effectively, we went through all of the regular angels, all of the fallen angels, and then all of the phantoms from the angels add-on. I wrote down all of their skills and whatnot just to see how strong they were. And then we went through all the Annie's stuff, which actually works a little bit differently. For Annie's, you can say start as Angel, Fallen Angel, or Phantom Soldier. If you're doing the Angels add-on, you have to start as a regular Angel and then fall into Angel. Or you can start as a Phantom separately. But basically, you can kind of, if you're down one of these trees, for angels, you can just switch from regular to phantom or fallen whenever you want. But if you're doing if you're doing Annie's angels, you can go fallen, you can go regular angel with some cool stuff. And then whenever you want, you can just leave that ride and go into the fallen one for extra cool stuff. And eventually become a seraph, and then seraphs become mystic angels. Or at the very beginning or the very end, you can decide you want to be a phantom instead, which in turn will get you like full spatial magic and a couple other really cool things. The angels are pretty cool. We're up at almost 9,000 health, making it stronger than any of the base game's race's final evolution, which is pretty cool. Although we're the final Phantom, we're the Mystic Angel, which means we don't actually have a body, so we have to be a little careful if we're not in creative mode. But Annie's Angels, not Annie's Angels, Tensura Angels also adds in these golems, which is why I'm actually in the test world. This is going to be a little addendum to what we did last time, because we're not really a full addendum, but also just sort of something that I never actually properly tested or paid attention to. So golems. Actually, the only reason I'm doing this little test is because Trafalgar said in the comments of episode 52, yeah, not last episode, but the episode prior, because I pre-record, said something about how adamantite? No, that's, orichalcum golems were supposed to be stronger than, like, pure magisteel ones for spiritual beings. So I was curious, so let's pull this up. And sure enough, just immediately looking at the health, you can see that orichalcum is in fact stronger than pure magisteel, something I didn't realize. Also, I want to do another little test with this. Also, something I noticed about Phantom Possession. So if we grab this little low magisteel golem here, it's supposed to have 150 health. Because of Phantom's Possession, it's supposed to get half of our racial health thing, so in fact it boosts to 1500 and can do 6.8. Oops. And then I accidentally left it and then came back in and accidentally showed off this thing I wanted to show a little bit early. So our health is no longer 1500, and we now do 7. If we leave the body and go back in, it is now maxed out. Apparently this is a thing where, because of Phantom's Possession, if we enter a body and then leave it and then enter it again, it will keep getting that boosted HP and not jump back down to what it's supposed to be. So if we just enter a body and leave it a couple of times, it will max out its HP stat, which is pretty nice. And now this maxes out at 7 attack. Let's see high magisteel. Instantly 7. 2500. Still 7. Okay, why did we do 6.5 when we started off in the low magisteel body then? I was thinking maybe it was a thing where different golem bodies actually gave you extra attack buffs, but I'm not seeing it here. This was the addendum I was talking about. Orichalcum starts off at that number and ends off at 7. Is that going to be the same thing? And adamantite, final one to see. Okay. 8. So, technically speaking, you get a very minor buff if you go for the strongest golem. Like, an adamantite golem is stronger than any of the other golems by a single attack point. Which is, I guess, good to know if you can make an adamantite golem, if you're making a body for yourself. Do it, because every little bit helps. But it's not much in the grand scheme of things. I'm curious if that extra 1 would get multiplied by things. Because, as a Phantom here, we don't actually get much in the way of extra attack damage. We get 7 attack damage. Which, I thought that was plus 7, so we would go from the 1 normal to 7, but no. No, the adamantite body is just slightly better. If we were, let's say, a maxed out demon, would we see a more pronounced difference? Because demons maxed out have 27.5 versus, like, whatever we have now. So, let me try that. If I do Tensura, edit race, and then I go for the BTR Ultima Demon, Fallen God, which is under BTR Ultima, Fallen God. There it is. If we go for that, we can't punch it. If we go into the adamantite body, we do 21.75. If we go in, let's say, this body, 20.75. Okay, it's still just a 1 point difference. We also have 10,000 health, and all of these are at 10,000 health. Oh yeah, I'm still using Phantom Possession. It's not like I used a different possession form, so that's not actually working. What if I just grab normal possession? Tensura edits me ability. Grants Tensura possession. I should have just gone through and put P once and it would have popped up instantly. Now I have to do this. I'm assuming that our new body here is still just going to max out at 1,000 health, right? 1,000. Yeah, it's not getting the extra boosts. And is also only maxing out at 8 attack damage like it should. So, interesting. Good to know. We're still getting stuck on blocks. Oh yeah, I don't have shoes on. So, interesting case in point, I guess. It's Phantom's Possession is just infinitely better because any body will just get better and better as you use it. Meanwhile, normal races like this are just stuck in these. Unless, of course, you were, let's say, in an adamantite body and you evolved into a fallen god. That would still boost you up all the way and make your body super good, I think. Effectively just making the golem a true body for you instead. Because right now, technically, you can't see it, but I am just a hunk of metal. That's cool. I think this was a pretty interesting little addendum to make sure I knew how this works. So, adamantite bodies are in fact better than the other ones. It's very subtle. And if you're a phantom, you can phantoms are just so much better at getting bodies as a spiritual race. You have to be very careful doing it the right way if you're any other race, but phantoms, it doesn't matter as much. Good to know for future, I guess. Anyways, that's it for me tonight. I'll see you in the morning whenever I'm going through doing Veldora, Velgrind, and Azathoth, because those are all that's left for right now. Okay, so we're actually back in the main world now. I am now officially once more a divine fish. What just hit me why did I just lose Magicules there all of a sudden? What is causing that? Do I have infinite regen on? Is it trying... Wait, no, I don't have infinite regen on. Otherwise, I would be on full health. All my skills get turned off? Well, infinite regen did, obviously. Do I have ultra speed on? I think ultra speed heals spiritual too, right? Maybe. Apparently not. If I hit infinite regen, I'm going to end up on the floor, aren't I? No, it only took like half my Magicules. Cool, cool. I think there's a handful of skills that ended up getting turned off when I was messing around with stuff. But for the most part, we're set up how we were before. I literally still had the other video, the last video where we were Divine Fish open, and these were almost the exact points. What is draining those Magicules? I have no idea. If I turn off Uriel real quick, is that going to stop it? I think that's the only one that's on that would maybe be doing that. Although it's not really supposed to work like that. From what I was reading, apparently Uriel's defensive thing is supposed to take 25 times whatever damage you were supposed to take. And yeah. So, according to the Discord wiki, or the wiki on the Discord for this add-on, if you were to take 10 damage, it should cost 250 Magicules. But I'm going to assume that there might be something wrong with the formula that's on there, because it definitely drains more than that. Anyways, apparently that's what it was. We're no longer losing Magicules. And I thought it was only supposed to happen while you were taking damage, but I guess not. Because nothing was hitting me there. Anyways, I'm back here. We're all set up. Few things. Really, really silly thing that somehow, despite the fact that this is episode 53 of this series, or 54 of this series, and I think the 90th video with this mod, maybe? I'm second guessing that one. Was it 36 or 38 episodes in the original Tensura series? I can't remember right this second. Yeah, you all can just start beating me up. It's fine, I don't care. 36. Okay. So this is the 90th video with this mod. I just now noticed that EP is equal to Magicules plus Aura. Just now realized this. I I don't know. How did I go this far without realizing that? It's so obvious once you notice it. I just somehow never did. That explains the whole 2/5 of it goes to Aura, 3/5 of it goes to, Magicules thing. That makes more sense now. Or, technically speaking, 2/3 of it goes to Magicules, 3/5 goes to it for, that goes to Aura because we're a hero, I think. Actually, I'm not sure how Chaos works for that. It's an interesting question. Anyways, we're back. We're more or less set up the same exact way we were. Come to think of it, we never actually did get Darkness Domination, did we? We should test that out real quick too. And to note, this is also still the same night when I recorded that last bit. I just knew there was something that I just thought of, like, mainly right there, that I was going to forget whenever I was recording the rest of it. Will I get the EP reward? Yes, I will. Okay, so changing races and then changing back did, in fact, reset which targets were listed for each skill. Don't want to abuse that too much. It's not like we care. I care minorly about keeping this legitimate now, so that I can just roll this back to a fully legitimate point whenever we want to, whenever we come back to it, because we're going to be using the same world again whenever a new add-on is added in. Or whenever a very specific new add-on gets added in. Anyways, I just decided to come out to this desert. Something told me to start beating up orcs and start getting royal blood, or to at least complete this mission in here to get royal blood. So I did. I don't know. There's also one for defeating orcs to get an orc lord. I'm not sure if I want that. But I ended up where we ended up fighting a Hinata using Antaeus. So I was here. I just started flying towards the hole in the mountain. And then Antaeus's hollow purple reappeared, and I started chasing it. And chasing it. Oh, I flew too high. And chasing it. And this goes on for a while. But I did find the last point in which, or the point at which hollow purple despawns. And we're still flying towards it. You can see it. It is 300 blocks away. So yeah, apparently hollow purple has a range of 1,200 blocks. Like, I were to launch this like this. Do I have Antaeus? Repulsion red, attraction blue, hollow purple. Cool. I'm curious if launching at 9 will give it a longer range than launching at 5. Because if we wait till 10, it will despawn and we won't get the launch it period, right? Yes. So technically speaking, the maximum launch is 9.9. I should have marked the point where we got it, but hindsight and all that stuff. 9.9 or 9.7, close enough. I did not launch it at exactly the same angle. Plus, I think that this fizzles out eventually, and the further it travels, the less damage it caused. Or at least the holes it was making in the ground are a whole lot smaller. Huh. That's interesting. Actually, that's weird. Why? You just saw me fly through the hole that was created before. You saw that it was 1,200 blocks away. I guess... Weird. I guess maybe I launched that one, it stopped in the hole with Hinata there, and then I flew away so it wasn't registered. And then when I flew back, it respawned in and kept flying. And then I don't know, that range is still so much shorter than what it just did right there. It barely reached that mountain. In fact, it didn't really reach that mountain to a great degree, other than just like a little sliver of the mountaintop gone. Why did that lose so much range? Maybe if you launch it at 5, it has... that was almost bad. Maybe launching it at 5 actually gives it the greatest range. Who knows? So it's going, it's going, it's going. If this somehow doesn't reach the, like, fighting, the huge craters where we were fighting here, I don't know what's going on with this. Okay. So it did. Did I hit shift? No. If you hold shift while you're about to launch it, it will hold in place. Yeah, that was still shorter range. But, hmm. I don't know how I managed to make the one that actually killed the Hinata go so far. That's a weird one. Anyways, this little clip is already like twice as long as I was expecting it to be. I thought it was just going to be a minute. I wasn't expecting to actually start launching Anteises. But for real now, this is where I'm going to close off for the night now that everything's set back up. You'll be back tomorrow with me when we're testing out the last 3 things. Ultimate skills. How did I do that? Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, my attacks now drain... My attacks drain spiritual attack HP now, right? Don't they? Or is it EP that they drain? I don't remember. Oh, it's spiritual HP. Cool. So, if I fight a thing, I just delete it from existence. Oops, chosen one is on. Didn't mean to do that. Anyways, for real now, enough messing around. See you in the morning. Okay, so I'm back. It's the morning when I would usually record. And, things have changed. This was going to be the last episode. I somehow doubt that now, considering Mysticism just got updated. And they added in, what was it, 7 new unique skills and 12 more ultimates? So that's a thing. Also, they were now officially merged with Tensura Angels, so all the angels we were testing last time are now part of Mysticism. And they probably got reworked slightly, I'm not sure how much though. Also, we did not ever actually test out the Tengu race, which is a thing that Angels, now Mysticism, has. And apparently something changed with the Pixies lines for elemental spirits, because apparently now there's, at least in the configs, there's some sort of filigree queen or something like that. I don't remember what it actually was. There's like Verdant Soulkeeper. I cannot remember. But I think the Dryad Pixie line might actually have its own thing now. I have no idea what it actually is though. I didn't see an option to do it. It was just in the config when I was looking at changing it so the new stuff could be in. So apparently there's new stuff that Mysticism just added in. So I have to take a look at some of that instead. Why am I in the real world for that? There's some stuff we're going to be, like the racial stuff, I have to be in another world to do. Also, I just lost all of our magicules because with angels now added in, some things have been fixed. So, darkness domination is now working. I think it was called dark domination before, so they had to fix it. Mana manipulation is a brand new skill for Tensura Reincarnated. It existed in the old one as magic manipulation, but I'm going to assume it works differently here. Hey, Mai Faruki, we don't care about you really. And then, well, Uriel, Sandalphon, and Belphegor were the ones I knew about, because we already had those. Like, we tested those out when they were part of Angels. So, we're gonna test them to see how they're different here. But, Adaphagus, or Adaphaga? Phaga? I don't know. That's kind of need to be a little careful pronouncing that one, I think. What do I have on? Mysticism in combat. Apparently something hit me and it counted for something. So, let's see how these ones work, shall we? That's straight up Kirby. You are no god, but I shall feast upon your essence regardless. Where have I heard that from? I have no idea. We'll test that one in a moment. Belphegor, Lord of Sloth versus regular Belphegor. It's got the same... Yeah, it's got the same description on it. I'm going to assume the other ones are going to be the same. Now they just have... Or at least some of them are going to have work in progress things on them now instead. I'm going to assume probably some numbers are changed. Ooh, Uriel's got a new symbol. Yeah, that one's definitely better. Now I need to pull up the new Mysticism wiki, because I'm not sure if it always had a wiki or if this is a brand new thing. I just saw something about it. I have it pulled up, which is probably going to be better than going through all of the other things. Let's start with Uriel, shall we? Facial Domination, Absolute Guard. Locks all attacks with formula of A times 25. That's the same formula it had before. Wait. Attack damage times 25. Yeah, that's the same thing. Infinity Prison. Imaginary Space, I think, is exactly the same. Matter Manipulation, Gravity Manipulation. We need to retest Absolute Severance. Okay. Obviously, there's some things to go over. I think, based on this, they're going to work exactly the same. Get regular URLs off, turn on the new URL, and actually put it in the slot like I was going to. There it is. Target dummy. Prison. Imaginary space molecular. Let's try out molecular manipulation. Okay, yeah. And absolute severance. Trying to get to it is weird because I'm... Okay, cool. So it looks... That did less damage now. 12.5 million. Where's this Uriel? Oh yeah, the skill's not mastered yet. Of course it's going to do less damage. So it looks like these skills haven't changed really. Maybe some slight number changes, but the skills themselves look like they probably just work the same. I lost so much Magicules. So I don't think we really need to retest these. It might be interesting to see that, like, 1% difference or 10% difference in some of the stats. But that doesn't really change much about how the skills work. They have the same abilities. So I'm not going to waste too much time on those. Let's go over the actually new stuff, shall we? Darkness manipulation. Which bar do I not need? This one. Darkness domination. Mana domination. What is that? Oh, that's light manipulation. And this new ultimate skill. I need to go pull up the info on this thing. Actually, this wiki is so much nicer than scrolling through all of the Discord for this. Apparently, this skill is an evolution of Engorger. Also to note, since BTR did not update, you can't just go alteration for these new skills. I'm assuming that's going to be coming soon. Actually, it might be coming later today, and I'm going to kind of regret recording this so early. Also, I'm probably going to give myself back the Magicules for Uriel and whatnot, because we already got paid the Magicules for those. So I think I also did cheat in the Magicules for those, so maybe not. But we are going to need more Magicules to test these really. Anyways, Devourer. Here it is listed as consume. Oh wait, hold on. It has a toggle. Okay, that's the Engorger. I'm now bigger by 1.5 times. Permanent hunger saturation. Hold on. I can eat usually unedible blocks. Apparently, there's going to be a hard stomach, passive true. You can eat otherwise unorthodox and inedible items, leading to some incredible boons. Does that mean that if I try to eat like a dragon essence or whatnot, I won't actually take the damage? It gives you Magicule poisoning or something like that. But I instead get some sort of Magicule buff? That would be pretty cool if that's the case. Anyways, what else do we have? Hard stomach. Consume. While holding an item, press the skill key to consume it. This will restore Magicules based on the item consumed. Oh, copy this from Absorb and Dissolve. Oh, and then I can eat mobs, and I can consume their skills for an hour if they're weak enough in comparison. Oh, am I on Amplify? I'm not entirely sure how this is working. Oh, I am doing a lot of damage. Yeah, that looks like it activated the ability Amplify. Oh, I am... How big am I right now? You have close... I'm not entirely sure what's happening with this skill right now. Apparently it has a mode Consume. which is supposed to be what eats items for boons or eats mobs that are low and grants us their skills. So it's working for eating. It's working for eating, like the essences and whatnot, as if it was absorb and dissolve. But it doesn't. Either I'm too strong to actually weaken something to steal its skills, or I don't know. It also said that that it didn't need to activate Amplify for this version, for this effect. So I don't know. Yeah, I am way too strong to actually punch a thing and do a little bit of damage to it right now. I can't really just get something low to eat it and steal its skills. And then Amplify. This is supposed to be like the Devourer thing, where you can boost all the stats it gives you. Also, this is I'm thinking that this skill might not be working properly. I can turn on Engorger on top of it. So, Amplify is supposed to do the same thing as Engorger, where if you have the Engorger buff on, you get teleported a little bit forwards and do the whole attack thing. But it's not working. Is that a thing that it needs to be mastered for, maybe? Let's master this real quick. Yeah. I don't believe this is properly working right now. Let's try turning it off and back on again. We're actually on Amplify. Yeah. This skill appears to not be functioning correctly. This update did just come out like a couple hours ago, so I guess some things aren't fully worked out yet. Maybe I should double check. Maybe there's a day one patch for this, or maybe there's a day one patch for BTR that just came out that might help out with testing stuff. Let me go double check some stuff real quick. Okay, no day one updates or anything for BTR or whatnot right now. I don't know, maybe it's like a weird overlap with another skill I have or something, but for right now that just appears to not want to play ball. That's a little bit sad. That's one we actually could have gotten legitimately. Am I back down to normal height? Thankfully I'm back down to normal height. I didn't want to do that for a moment. So, that one, the cute little Kirby picture, for now, not working as intended. Darkness Domination. Huh? Did Raphael get turned off? Or Farron? No? These skills don't work with the Farron's thing to instantly learn all skills, do they? Interesting. Or maybe Farron itself isn't working right now. Do I have another skill that needs... Time manipulation or time stop didn't actually get any training there. Effect clear. I don't know. Something's feeling weird with this new mysticism update. Do I have any base game skills that need training up real quick? I think the answer is no. I have more or less everything mastered already. Yeah. Demon Lord Hockey. Sure. Ice Domination. Raphael's not working right now to do its thing to instantly learn every skill. What's happening here? Turn off and back on again. Something weird happened with this update. Either that or something weird happens when I started messing around with different races in the base world instead of in the test world, and it's messing with stuff now. I don't know what's going on. I think I might have broken this world, or this update messed with something, but I'm not sure why a mysticism update would affect how Freerin is working. Maybe if I BTR Ultima name Freerin again? Failed, I already have a name and can't be renamed. Okay. I'm really not sure. I will try and make it work, but no idea what's happening there. Like, Freerin is not giving extra training points for anything, really. I think that's something else doing that. Because that's only, like, 10 or something like that. Freerin's supposed to give, like, 75? I don't know. Oh, that's probably 25 or 20. It takes 100 points to actually learn a skill, and then and we used it 5 times to learn it. So, I don't know, that's probably 20 points, but where am I getting 20 training points from? I don't think I have many skills for that. I don't know, we'll try to make it work, but weird stuff is going on right now. Anyways, that ultimate's not really working right for us. I mean, are other ultimate skills working fine? I need to double check this too. Ariel's there. It gained 1 training point from using it. What do I do at this point? Apparently Satanael was changed, so now you can't get Magicule poisoning with this skill. Maybe when it's mastered, I don't remember exactly what it said. But that's pretty cool. I want to say it had something else change about it too, but I don't remember. Let me see. Da-da-da. Mastery becomes toggleable. It's not listed on the wiki. Okay, cool. We don't get Magicule poisoning anymore. That's a pretty good change, because that skill is going to skyrocket you above that way too often. So for now, Satanael can get turned off. Standoff on, I'm assuming works just the same, so not really going to test it. Darkness Domination. Here we go. Here's an actually cool new skill that we got legitimately. Come on. Darkness. And it's the Darkness Beam, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I really wish we were getting the extra training points from Freyrin right now. This skill would already almost be mastered. But yeah, it looks like it's just the Darkness Beam. When we had tried this out with the light manipulation, it ended up just doing the exact same amount of damage. It didn't really change much. So let's go ahead and Dark Domination turn on. And Mana Manipulation, the other new skill that we got. Also, there's a handful of new intrinsics. Like, spirits got a new intrinsic that allows them to form a contract with another player. So I can't really show that off. But essentially, if you're like a greater light spirit or something like that, you can go up to a player who doesn't have light magic and say, "Hey, I'm your spirit buddy now," and they'll gain that power and some extra buffs on top of it, I think. And then basically you just become a spectator watching what they do, and then you can summon yourself to fight in their place, which is kind of cool. Anyways, mana manipulation. What have we got? Local interference. I'm assuming that's magic jamming on everything around us? Yes, it is. Or magic interference. Cool. And then global interference. I'm not entirely sure what this is doing. I can click and hold it while staring at the husk, and its timer is going up. Let me go pull this up. I'm not entirely sure what this is doing exactly, other than just magic interference on a single target. Okay, so the effects are mixed up. I did mention this came out like 2 hours ago, right? So global interference, the one that is working on a single target, is the one that's supposed to work on all targets, and local interference is supposed to be single target instead of everything around you. I guess there was a bit of a mix-up and the names got put to the wrong ones. Either that or somehow I broke things, which I suppose is also technically possible considering Freyrin's also on the fritz. So that's something to be nervous of. But also something important about mana manipulation. I can just go in here and toggle it. Where's swipe? So apparently this boosts elemental damage by 20%. And now I need to test it with, well, I guess Absolute Guard or Absolute Severance will work for testing this. Because technically in Tensura, spatial magic is an element. Space is technically an element in Tensura. So 15 million. And swipe is now up to what exactly? Oh yeah, I never remastered Swipe, did I? It's still down there. Random manipulation. What was that number? I'm I need to retest this. What was that number? Oh, that's only 4 million. I really wish Freerin was working. Why? What happened? I need to try and... Do I need to go in and try to fix this? Or is this the Mysticism add-on? Or the Mysticism update? I'm really not sure. Something is giving me minor learning buffs, but it's like a 10 extra points on instead of the 100 I'm supposed to get or something like that. So I'm not sure. You're only down to 10 million now. You're not actually getting that much of a boost. Oh yeah, hold on. I need to turn back on Uriel real quick. Oh, I already have Uriel on. I missed. Where is the training dummy? There it is. Rude. I put this thing in the ground and now it's messing up. There we go. I have also cloned it. 10752. What changed so that now this is this has less damage? I'm not sure. Like this was up to like 12 million before, wasn't it? Did I forget to give myself something back? Oh, I don't have spatial domination anymore. What happened there? Sure. Let me try and figure out what's going on with Freerin right now, because if it's something I broke, maybe I can fix it real quick, but I don't think I messed with anything that should have affected that. I am confused at this point. I can't really figure out how... I don't think this is anything I did. I tried getting rid of Freerin and giving it back. I tried to... yeah. I revoked Freerin and then gave it back. I went in and got rid of the BTR Ultima wiki config as well, because I hadn't touched that one while setting everything back up. So now everything's been resetted config-wise. I went in and removed TR Angels, since we don't really need it anymore. Because all of its stuff has been moved into here. An antimatter sniper rifle. Okay. Darkness Core, used to convert a fallen angel into a fallen. Can't be used by any other race. Oh, I guess there's a new racial line. And Cryptid Essence. These things apparently drop from... I don't remember what it was, but these are used instead of Dragon Essence for turning into a phantom now. Chaos Core, Blaze Essence has a new symbol now, or image now. But yeah, I got rid of Angels saying, maybe that will fix things. Nope. I'm just really unsure why Freerin broke when Mysticism... Yeah. Yeah. Freerin broke when Mysticism got updated, which... Really not sure why, but fine, we'll make do. This might end up being a short one. We were going to come in and do the last 3 important ones, but at this point, it's kind of trying and failing to get things to work properly. So, I think at this point, Warp Shot has been acquired through learning, so that's working fine. Why is that working fine, but just training points aren't? That's weird. Also, we're back up to the 13 million where we should be. Actually, now that we no longer have the I'm forgetting the names right now. Amplify. Amplify, is it... Yeah, no, the teleportation thing still isn't working. I don't know. I'm thinking that just day 1 updates, there might be some stuff left to work out. Why am I still big? I just turned off this skill. Why am I still bigger than I should be? Yeah. Am I still gonna have to wait the 2 minutes for that? I don't know. There's just some odd stuff going on. Oh, we do 204 damage. We are not going to be able to damage something enough to not kill it and just leave it low to try eating it. Are there... Let's take a look at some of the... Just to double check. Yeah, they did not get added to alteration just from resetting the config for BTR. We're going to need the BTR mod to actually update for that. We do have time to, I guess, look at one of the new ultimates, and hopefully it's working right. Let's see. Which ones have we looked at, and which ones can we get easily? Like, I want to say at least one of them is an evolution to a skill we've seen already. Um, ooh. Can we get Gourmet real quick? This is gonna be a cool one if it works properly. Unique skills. Offensive Gourmet. We've got it once. Do we need an enchanted silver apple? I just need to go get some mithril. Sure, we can even do this one legitimately, which is kind of cool. We kind of stopped caring about that. But where there's new stuff and I'm gonna save this world to be semi-legitimate for a different add-on that I'm hoping to see in the future. It might be worth it to bring this one back as much into the realm of legitimate as possible. Like, what ultimate skills did I end up spawning in? It was Crasher. Yeah, I spawned in Crasher for its evolution. Ended up spawning in Fusionist for Ignis, and ended up spawning in Musician for Apollo. And then it was Infinity Prison, which Apollo technically cheated, but I was going to get it legitimately very soon anyways. Um, then Infinity Prison for Uriel, I just needed some obsidian, which I'm already a big chunk of the way there. I could make that one legitimate. I just need to figure out, I would just need to spend a bunch of time to make Fusionist and Crasher legitimate. Then it was... What are the other two? Infinity Prison, that one I can get legitimate pretty simply. And then I spawned in Murderer, which again, I could probably do legitimately. It would just take some time. And what's turned into Sandalphon? I don't remember right now. What was it? It's not on here. It's not a defensive skill. I don't think it's a utility. Ooh, Hidden Ruler has a new image now. That's kind of cool. I don't remember what Sandalphon evolves from. Now I'm curious. Let me go double check this. It wasn't Sandalphon. Sandalphon was Murderer. It was actually Belphegor, which we got from Sloth, which is another one that I could turn legitimate pretty quickly. I ended up spawning in the skills, but I could get them rather, and we spent the mana on them, the Magicules. So technically, I could make most of them legitimate if I want to save this world and make it fully legitimate. So that's kind of cool. Anyways, I spent so long rambling about this. I was over here because I wanted to get the mithril we need in order to make an enchanted silver apple. I think I'm gonna need more mithril in here. Or more magisteel in there. Do I have enough? It's going to be close, but I think the answer might be yes. So let me see real quick. Wow. Literally down to the nugget, but I have just enough. That's kind of impressive, actually. Just to double check, it was enchanted silver, which is to say I need a regular silver apple and then 8 of these, right? I think that's how it works. It's been a while since we actually got gourmet. Where is it? There it is. Yes, silver apple, and then turn... Cool, yeah. Silver ore, there it is. Thankfully, I just have I have fire aspects essentially with flame manipulation. I can just go like this, and apparently the fortune's auto smelt doesn't work with it, but that's okay. And then I need a singular apple, like so, and so. Gets us this, and mithril apple gets us enchanted silver, and that becomes gourmet. It's literally right there. It's been there the entire time, and yet somehow I keep losing it on that list. Now, this needs to get mastered, which, technically speaking, should only take a moment, but it's not exactly working as intended right now with the help of Freeran, so, do we care if I cheat this? Technically speaking, I should be able to do this in like 30 seconds, but Freeran's not on the fritz, so I'm just gonna do this, edit, dangerous, nope, ability, mastery, Tensura Gourmet. I have Uriel on and I'm getting hit and I'm no longer losing massive amounts of MP. I think I have Uriel on at least. I'm not sure. I'll have to double check that in a moment. Gourmet is right. I did this so much more difficult than I needed to. I forgot to put it to max. So let me double check this. Uriel is on, right? No, it is not. Come on, try and hit me. Is this going to waste all my magic heals again like it was before? No, that either means that this skill does in fact work differently than it's supposed to, or it was just draining way more MP than it was supposed to. Or somehow I had all my defenses off and that was messing with things. That is also possible. Failed to acquire Beelzebub due to lack of magic heals. How many magic heals do I need for this again? I don't know. Currently we're at that. Apparently I need 1 million MP. So let's just go ahead and do this, because technically speaking, when it updates, I'll be able to do this anyways. Add 1 million. Oh, it's supposed to be add max 1 million, that's right. So, Mysticism is now available to learn. Instantly lose all that. It's a good thing we're about to end off, because I am losing my voice, apparently. Mysticism, Beelzebub. Still work in progress. Maybe I should. We're going to test Beelzebub here, then we're going to end off, and I'm going to hope we update by tomorrow. Anyways, why do I not have the right skill pulled up? I had Belphegor pulled up. Yeah, it was the same cost for Beelzebub anyways. Anyways, when we toggle it, we have Corleone, or Leonis, take on the all the damage that any subordinate near you would take it, but half it. There's some typos in the wiki. So basically, we take half damage from anything a subordinate would take. That's pretty cool. Godwolf sense, so true magic vision, basically. Thought acceleration, as expected. Ultra speed regeneration, which is kind of cool. And multi-layer barrier. Usually that pops up in the top left there, but it's not right now. Oh, I saw some new stuff in there. Let's go back to Predation. So, Predation. Apparently we can click and hold it now. Other than that, it works exactly. There we go. Click and hold it as if it was Gluttony, and it works as expected. That's pretty cool. Corrosion works exactly the same. Not even extra damage or anything. Yeah, not even extra damage. Wish it was a little bit stronger. I think most of these are still work in progress. Isolation, I think this is the one that gets rid of bad effects and I think works like Absorb and Dissolve. Yep. Stomach, apparently has more space, which is cool. Iron Wall? Gain 30 defense instead of 15. Gain extra defense on a skill I've never heard of. Wait. Ooh, hold on. Whoops. Technically cheating here. I'm not supposed to have this skill. Apparently for this skill, you also need Guardian. I missed a pretty important part there. So block 100,000 damage with a shield for Guardian. I've thrown away so many shields because I don't need them, and I just never worked to train that because it wasn't an interesting skill. I think, technically speaking, I could do that. What if I just go up here to grab a shield real quick, and we'll just see how much damage blocking one of the Cecilia shots would do. Because if it's a decent amount, just a couple of shields there, I'm sure I've got extra shields in here somewhere. I, I, I don't know what's my sudden fascination with making sure this is legitimate is. Like, whenever we come back, we're going to be using this world again, but it probably doesn't matter that much. I'm not sure why I'm so hyper-focused on this right now. There's that. Now, let's go see how much blocking a damage from Cecilia would do. Instant motion. Where are they? I have a whole bunch of extra shields because this is going to hurt. Come on, attack me. A Spear Toro. Come on, are you going to attack me? It's not hitting the shield. Fine then, I guess I'll go look for the Cecilias. Or, how are you going to do, our little lizard friend? Does this not count as damage because of my defenses? Like, it's not counting as even hitting the shield. Maybe I won't be able to do this. Like, I was hoping maybe if it did, like, 10 damage blocked with a shield, it would count, but nope. Also, Beelzebub is training over time as well. What else is there? Iron Wall is defensive. Then Grant Protection is defensive. And then Warp Shot. Whoops. Apparently grants protection to allies, I'm assuming. And Warp Shot. That's, I'm assuming, just the spatial thing. Like, spatial manipulation's Warp Shot ability, then. So it's a mixture of it's a mixture of gluttony, or gourmet rather, and defense, and guardian. So, I don't know. I was hoping for something for a little bit more from a skill called Beelzebub, but okay, I guess this is what we get. That's technically I cheated it in, but I guess I can show it off. It doesn't really matter much. I'll try and get Guardian eventually. Iron Wall is just extra 15 armor on top of what I already have. Except that the wiki very specifically says it gives 30 instead of 15. Yeah, we're gonna be ending off here, and I am going to hope this updates by tomorrow. Otherwise, I think I might just revert to the previous version, and we'll come back in and do Veldora, Valgrind, Azathoth, and hopefully whenever the extra boss mobs add-on comes in, Mysticism will be in proper working condition again. This is a little bit sad. I got really excited when I saw that when I saw that it had updated, and some things just aren't working right, and somehow one add-on updating broke a different one entirely. I don't know. But anyways, I want to thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed as much as I have, and hope to see you next time. So, without further ado, take care, everybody. I want to thank everyone so much for watching again, and we need to make a special thank you to the members. Right now, that is still just the Gaming Tornado, but thank you so much. Anyways, for real now, take care, everybody.